We all know the Christmas story: wise men, a guiding star, a humble birth in Bethlehem. But there's a darker chapter to that familiar tale, a chilling act of infanticide ordered by a paranoid king. It's a story that feels both ancient and disturbingly relevant. But what if I told you it might not have happened at all? Today, we're asking the big question: was the Massacre of the Innocents a real historical event, or a powerful symbolic story? We're going to dive deep into ancient texts, archaeological evidence, and the profound impact this narrative has had on our world. Let's start with the only source we have for this event, the Gospel of Matthew. It paints a vivid picture. King Herod, furious at being tricked by the wise men, sends soldiers to Bethlehem with a horrifying command to kill all male children 2 years old and under. Matthew connects this to the Old Testament, describing a voice heard in Ramah, weeping and loud lamentation, Rachel weeping for her children. This detail is crucial because it shows how the story fits into Matthew's larger goal, portraying Jesus as the new Moses, another infant who escaped a king's death decree. But here's the problem: no other historical source mentions it. Not one. The most notable silence comes from Flavius Josephus, a Roman Jewish historian who lived shortly after these events. Josephus absolutely despised King Herod and meticulously documented his many crimes. He wrote about Herod's paranoia, how he executed his own wife, 3 of his sons, and countless others he suspected of disloyalty. Herod was a monster, no doubt about it. He died a painful death from a grotesque illness, an end many saw as divine justice. If Herod had ordered the slaughter of babies in a village, it seems unbelievable that a historian like Josephus, eager to list every one of the king's evils, would have left it out. So what does history tell us? We know Herod was a cruel, paranoid ruler. That part is fact. But would he have ordered a massacre of infants? Let's look at the logistics. In the 1st century, Bethlehem was a tiny village, not a bustling city. Scholars estimate its population was probably less than 1,000 people. Based on demographics, the number of male children under 2 would have been very small, maybe a dozen, perhaps 20 at most. While horrific, it wouldn't have been a large-scale slaughter that would necessarily be recorded by every historian. For a tyrant like Herod, who was already executing his own family members and high-ranking officials to secure his throne, eliminating a handful of infants from a backwater village to squash a potential threat would have been well within his character. It was just another Tuesday for him. Whether it happened or not, the story's power became immense. The Massacre of the Innocents became a foundational narrative in Christian theology, establishing the concept of the first martyrs, innocents who died for Christ before they could even know him. Over centuries, this story has been immortalized in art, literature, and music. Think of the dramatic paintings by Rubens or Bruegel, capturing the chaos and sorrow. These depictions solidified the event in our collective memory, making it feel undeniably real. Even today, in 2025, the image of Herod's soldiers is invoked in discussions about violence, injustice, and the persecution of the innocent. The story gives us a powerful framework for understanding suffering. Ultimately, wrestling with the history doesn't have to diminish the story's meaning. Whether you see it as a literal event or a symbolic tale, its core message resonates. It's a timeless story about the vulnerability of the innocent in the face of unchecked power. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about the world, both then and now. As we look ahead, maybe the most important lesson from Bethlehem's shadow isn't about proving a historical fact. It's about asking ourselves what we do when we see innocence threatened today. What does this ancient story, hovering between history and allegory, call us to do? Thanks for watching. If this made you think, hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into history and faith.